Hello, everyone. This is Myrian, and I am from the Chinese University of Hong Kong and Celebrity Hong Kong. And thank you so much for this great opportunity. And I'd like to start this poster presentation with two questions. First, what if inclusion isn't something we declare, but something we practice? And more importantly, where does real inclusion actually happen? In policy documents or in our life experience? And today I am presenting our work titled Power Sport for Inclusion, exploring the socio-cultural and health impact of community-based sailing, power inclusive on children with autism. Well, this qualitative study asks something very direct. Can a community-based sailing program do more than teach a sport? And can it reshape resilience, identity, or even culture? Well, you may ask why you have this intention to target of this area. Well, mental health challenges among autistic children in the context of inclusive education are rising. But let's pause. What does inclusive education really mean if a child still feels isolated? While many autistic children experience social exclusion, emotional dysregulation, low confidence, limited participation in community life. So I ask, if the classroom isn't enough, where else can resilience be built? Well, the 2021 Lancet Conventions on Autism call for stronger community-based lifespan-oriented approaches. Yet, yet in Asian contexts, these remain underexplored. And at the same time, research tells us something powerful, that nature-based intervention enhance children resilience, which I was making another recording in another poster based on the meta-analysis. It demonstrated a significant moderate to large effect. So then I asked the next questions. Why sailing? Because sailing is not passive. It offers sensory engagement, embodied learning, mastery through challenges, social collaborations, and real-time adaptations to nature. But here's the gap. Almost no research have examined sailing specifically for autistic children. So we step into that space. And what do we want to understand through this study? Not just outcomes, not just improvement, but life experience. We want to explore how autistic children experience the Power Inclusive Sailing Program and how their caregivers, instructors, and volunteers perceive change, and whether something bigger, socio-cultural transformation, may be happening. Because inclusion is not just individuals, it's collective. And how did we do this? That we use a descriptive phenomenological approach. And you may ask the question, why use this approach? Well, numbers tell us what happened, but life experience tell us how it feels. We have recruited 56 participants at Celebrity Hong Kong, and I'm very grateful for the unwavering support from Kay, because without her, this is not possible. And those participants include autistic children's their caregivers, instructors, and volunteers. And through a semi-structured interviews, we listen and we analyze the data using the PERMA model. That's positive emotion, engagement, relationship, meanings, and accomplishment. Because resilience is multidimensional. It's not just one score, it's a life system. So what did we find? Well, let me ask it this way. What happens when a child who is often labeled deficit becomes the captain of the boat? Well, emotional regulations. The sea is unpredictable. Wind shifts, waves change, and children learn how to manage frustration just like a sailor and stay calm under pressure and tolerate uncertainty. And here is the paradox. The ocean is unstable, but it became a stable training ground for emotional growth. As for confidence and accomplishment, what happened when a child masters even one sailing task like tacking? They stand taller. Parents describe increased independence, greater initiative, stronger confidence, and success on water transferred to life on land, and because competence built identity. As for the social connectedness, sailing cannot be done alone. you coordinate, you communicate, you trust. And these children develop peer interaction skills, trust in instructors, a genuine sense of belonging. And here's what moved me most, that the inclusive structure normalized neurodiversity, not accommodation, normalization. And autism was not something to fix, it was something to include. As for the socio-cultural impact, let me ask the bigger questions. What happened when community members witnessed capability instead of limitation? Stakeholders report a shift in perceptions. The program challenged stereotypes, showed strength instead of deficit, and create new community narratives. And this is where power sport becomes something more, not solely recreation, not therapy, but social change. As for structure facilitation, it matters. Well, let's be clear, sailing alone is not magic. Resilience didn't emerge from the boat itself. It emerged from structure, guidelines, skills instructors, and they're not just only good at sailing, but they are very good at interacting with neurodivergent individuals. Intentional reflections, safe support and challenge. It is challenge. There are challenges, but it's controlled. Inclusion requires design, and it doesn't happen by accident. So what does this mean? Power sport can address mental health needs, promote genuine inclusion, cultivate community awareness, leave a socio-cultural legacy. It shifts power sport from adaptive activity to a vehicle for systemic inclusion. And although this study is qualitative, in terms of methodology, it may not be rigorous, but it didn't stop here. These insights have informed the conceptual framework of my PhD study, a nurse-led community-based saving program for school autistic children, tested through a randomized control trial, because life experience inspire evidence and evidence drives change. Well, let me leave you with this, and to conclude, if resilience is the ability to navigate uncertainty, what better classroom than the sea? Para-inclusive demonstrate that community-based sailing can foster resilience, promote belonging, support mental health, transform social perceptions, and resilience is not built only in clinics. It is built in communities, in relationships, in challenge, and sometimes it's built on the sea. And for those who are interested, this study is published in the Journal of Adventure Education and Outdoor Learning. And there you go. Thank you so much.